Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the greatest podcast in the history of podcasts, hosted by yours truly, the best president ever in the best country ever, America. We're going to dive into the incredible story of Christopher Columbus, a man who, like me, knew how to make a deal and change the world. And let's be honest, folks, with Sleepy Joe and the corrupt Democrats out of the picture, we're making America greater than ever before. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, because nobody tells a story like I do. Folks, let me tell you, America is the greatest country in the world. Everyone knows it. It's not even close. And you know who started it all? Christopher Columbus. Tremendous guy. Big thinker. The kind of guy that if he were alive today, he'd be a big fan of Trump. He'd be a winner. He'd probably own a lot of real estate, maybe some great hotels. And let's be honest, if he were alive today, he wouldn't be dealing with these disasters we have now, Biden. Please. But let's go way back. Way back. Back to the 1400s, folks, before America was even officially America. But you know what? It was always destined to be the best. Even before it existed, people knew. And Christopher Columbus, he knew. He saw it. He felt it. Now, Christopher Columbus wasn't just some random guy. He was Italian. But let me tell you, he was thinking like an American before America even existed. Born in 1451 in Genoa. You know Genoa? Beautiful place. A little messy now. But it was great back then. He was a dreamer, but not the kind of dreamer that people talk about today. He wasn't looking for handouts. He was looking for gold, spices, glory. The real American dream. He didn't come from a rich family. No silver spoons, no special favors. He had to fight for everything. Like me. Nobody gave me anything, folks. Nobody. Just like Columbus, I had to make my own way. His father was a wool weaver. A wool weaver. Imagine that. The guy went from threading wool to threading together the greatest expedition the world had ever seen. He studied maps, navigation. This guy was obsessed with sailing. He read Marco Polo, Ptolemy, the greats, just like how I read The Art of the Deal, which, by the way, tremendous book. Everybody loves it. One of the best books, and Columbus would have read it if he had the chance. Now, back then, people were sailing east to get to Asia. China, India, they had all the good stuff, spices, silk, all the things that make life great. But Columbus, he says, wait a minute. What if we go west instead? What if we take a shortcut? And folks, you know what that is? That's thinking big. That's thinking like a billionaire. He had the guts to say, let's do something different. And I respect that. I respect that bigly. But he had a problem. He needed money, he needed ships, and back then, you couldn't just start a GoFundMe, right? So he goes to Portugal, and the King of Portugal, big mistake by the way, turns him down. Can you believe that? Huge mistake. So he goes to Spain. It's a land of opportunity. Always has been, always will be. And now that Biden is gone, we're bringing back that opportunity. Big league, jobs are coming back, the economy is booming. We're winning again, folks. Just like Columbus was winning when he set sail. He saw opportunity, and he took it. That's what we're doing now, making America great again. Now, Columbus set sail on August 3rd, 1492. 3 ships, folks. The Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. Great names. They set off from Spain, head to the Canary Islands first. Smart move, folks. Very smart. They refuel, they get supplies, and then they're off across the Atlantic. Now, let me tell you, the Atlantic Ocean, it's huge. I mean, people don't realize how big it is. Tremendously big. And these guys, they're sailing into the unknown. No GPS, no radar, no nothing. Just maps, stars, and guts. Columbus, he had guts. He was a guy who took risks, big risks, just like me. But you know what happens when you take risks? People get scared. His crew started complaining. Oh, we're lost. We're running out of food. The water's bad. A bunch of whiners, folks. Total losers. But Columbus, he keeps them going. He tells them, we're close, we're going to make history. And guess what? He was right. October 12, 1492. Boom. Land. A guy named Rodrigo de Triana sees it first from the Pinta. But you know who takes the credit? Columbus. Smart guy. Right. You always take the credit. That's leadership. They land in what we now call the Bahamas. Columbus calls it San Salvador. Holy Savior, very beautiful name. Great branding, and let me tell you, he thought he was in India. That's why he called the people Indians. Look, it wasn't wrong at the time, folks. Nobody knew better, but what matters is he discovered a whole new world. He meets the Tano people, friendly people, nice people, very welcoming. They didn't have steel, no iron weapons. Columbus sees opportunity. He's thinking, we could do business with these guys. He sees gold on some of them, and that's when things get real. Columbus, he loved gold. Who doesn't love gold? It's fantastic. It's like real estate, always valuable. So Columbus explores. He sees Cuba. He thinks it's China. He finds Hispaniola, modern-day Haiti, and the Dominican Republic, and then disaster. The Santa Mara wrecks on a reef, a total disaster. But does Columbus cry about it? No. He takes the wood from the ship, builds a fort, calls it La Navidad. First European settlement in the New World. Incredible leadership, folks. He leaves behind 39 men, says, guys, hold the fort, he'll be back. Then he sails back to Spain with proof that he made history. He brings gold, exotic plants, some of the native people, because back then that's what people did in Spain. They love it. They give him more ships, more money. Columbus, he's on top of the world. Now, let's be clear. They realize there's a whole new world out there full of opportunity. And that, my friends, is how America, the greatest country in the world, started. Was Columbus perfect? No. Nobody's perfect. Folks, after his first tremendous success, Columbus didn't stop. He went on 3 more voyages. Can you believe it? 3? He explored the Caribbean, parts of Central and South America, always looking for that westward route to Asia. A real go-getter just like me, always striving for more. That's the American spirit, even before America was officially here. Now, Columbus was made governor of these new territories, big position, huge responsibility. But like many leaders, he faced challenges. Some folks didn't like his style. They said he was too tough. Sound familiar? They even sent him back to Spain in chains. Can you believe that? After all he did, but he bounced back, a true comeback story. Just like America will under my leadership. On his 4th voyage, Columbus was still searching for that passage to Asia. Didn't find it, but he discovered more of the Americas. He returned to Spain in 1504. Spent his remaining years, passed away in 1506, a great explorer, a great man. And now we're building on his legacy, making America greater than ever before. Columbus's voyages led to what's called the Columbian Exchange. Sounds fancy, right? It was the massive transfer of plants, animals, culture, and ideas between the Americas and the Old World. Tremendous impact. Changed the global economy, and who benefits the most? America, of course. We're the best at taking opportunities and turning them into success. Now, some people today want to rewrite history. They say Columbus wasn't a hero. They focus on the negatives. Sad. But we know the truth. Without Columbus, we wouldn't have this great nation. We need to honor our history, not tear it down. Just like we need to honor the achievements we've made together, of course, we have to acknowledge the indigenous peoples. They were here first, and Columbus's arrival changed their world, some for the better, some not so much. But that's history, folks. It's complicated. We learn from it. We grow from it. and we make America even greater. Can you believe there's controversy over Columbus Day? Some people want to replace it with Indigenous Peoples Day. Look, I love all people, but we can't erase our history. Columbus Day is about celebrating exploration, discovery, the spirit that makes America great. Let's keep it that way. At the end of the day, folks, Columbus's story is a reminder of the boldness, the courage, the vision that built this country. We're a nation of explorers, innovators, winners, and under my leadership, we're bringing that spirit back, making America greater than ever before. Believe me, folks, that wraps up our incredible journey through history. Remember, no matter what the fake news or the crooked Democrats say, America is back, stronger and more successful than ever. Thanks for tuning in to the best podcast you've ever heard. Until next time, keep America great and beware of those Renos and radical leftists trying to bring us down. We're not going to let them. And don't forget to subscribe unless, of course, you don't love America.